Hey everybody, this is Doug with Artfully and welcome back. It has been a while since I've done a video, only because I've been traveling kind of here and there and kind of all over the place. But I gotta tell you something. I made a serious novice mistake here in the shop. And I mentioned something on Instagram and I had a lot of people there basically say, wow, thanks, I didn't realize that could happen. And so I figured I'd make a quick video on this to kind of show you where I messed up. Hopefully this won't happen to you. Okay, so a quick backstory. I've been working on a reception desk here in the shop for a client out in Missouri. And typically I just pick up 1/8" steel and I bolt it all together, cut it up and weld it and kind of do my thing, and I ship it out. That meaning that when you pick up 1/8" steel, it's usually coated in what's called mill scale, or I don't know, I've always kind of referred to it as mill spec. But it's a coating on the steel to kind of help keep it from rusting. So if you can see, this is the coating that comes on the steel. And what's behind that is the raw steel. So on my reception desk, in this picture, you'll see that I leave the mill scale on as a decorative feature. However, on this most recent desk, I had some pretty big scratches in the mill scale. So I thought, oh, let me see if I can polish those out a little bit and kind of help blend that into the current mill scale look. I tried and it just wasn't working out properly. So eventually I figured, you know what, here's what I've got to do. I've got to remove the mill scale and I've got to do like a black patina. In order to remove mill scale, the easiest way is to actually use muriatic acid. You spray muriatic acid onto the mill scale, let it sit for a little bit, and take a power washer and you can pretty much wash it right off. So I was attempting that. And I was taking off the mill scale, and so the piece of steel that I was working on was the front of this desk right here. And as you can see, it didn't come out black. And so I was freaking out thinking, oh great, now I've got a problem. Now I've got this kind of brown, rough looking, piece of steel. Do I need to go buy another piece of steel, which at $170 is not something I really wanted to do, or call the client, see what they think? And that's what I did. I called the client and they loved it. And so now I was trying to match the sides to the front. Well, I was having a huge issue. It was actually coming out black when I was using the patina. So I was using more muriatic acid to wipe things off and this, that, and the other thing. So I used a lot of muriatic acid in the shop. And this past weekend, I went to California to go check out a project. When I returned, I realized that I had left the cap to the muriatic acid off the jug, on top of the fact that I had muriatic acid sitting on top of the side plates for the reception desk. Hopefully it was going to rust it and turn it brown. I actually had some muriatic acid that had spilled onto my bench top. And when I came back, you see these wings behind me? If you've seen some of my videos, I've been working on these for a long time. And not too long ago, I had polished them all up and I was getting ready to show them to a jury for an art show coming up in Scottsdale next year. And when I walked in the shop Tuesday morning, this is what I saw. On this side, I had polished the entire set of wings and I sealed it, but apparently that seal coat didn't take in this lower section. And so as you can see, that muriatic acid started to either eat through and tarnish that metal where it didn't get sealed. Well, this was not the worst of it. I had polished this entire side. However, I didn't put a seal coat on it. The entire right side of these wings is tarnished. And now I've got to start over. Not to mention just the wings, but every single item in my shop that wasn't protected got this nice little coating of rust. These are some poles that I had planned to use in a project in my own backyard. This is a frame that I had planned to use. Now I don't care about that kind of stuff because it's going to be outside, it's going to get rusty, and I dig the rusty look. But this, oh man. So do yourself a favor. If you ever use muriatic acid in your garage or in your shop or in any enclosed space, not only do you need to use gloves and a respirator and goggles and the proper clothes, because you don't see these fumes and they're all around you. And if you leave muriatic acid out and open to the air, everything in your shop is going to get rusty. And if that's a look you're going for, then you're going to get it. But if it's not, you're going to come back and see this kind of stuff in your shop. So please be very careful using muriatic acid. Make sure you clean it up. Make sure you use it in a well-ventilated area, because this is the kind of stuff that happens. This is a very novice mistake. I knew that this could happen, and I rushed out of here without paying attention, and this is the price you pay for not, was it dotting your I's and crossing your T's? Like that? Dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Okay, well, you get your point. All right, so anyway, so that's the video. That's it. I just wanted to take time to show you that muriatic acid in the shop, unprotected, does that kind of stuff to your work. So please be careful. Yeah, we'll see you in the next video. I gotta go polish some wings.